Alrighty, this video goes out to Golfraz, I think that's how you pronounce your name, not 100% sure. Anyways, basically you had a question about the door mechanic systems. Here's the tricky thing about your question and or request. The fact is you're using a different version of RPG Maker. You're using MV. So I don't know 100% how that RPG Maker works slash compares to RPG Maker VX Ace. I don't know if the door mechanic systems act or perform differently. I don't know if anything um, just acts in the same way as all the other RPG makers. I only have knowledge sense in VX Ace. So, but I'll show you the second solution that I have in mind, which I hope will work for you in MV. So just looking at this is page 1. So if you want to, copy that or whatever, please do. But I'll go into in-depth here in a second. There's the first page, and there is the second page. Alright, let me show you how I made this. So, I made a city map just for the lulz of it, but I'm going to make an entrance into my little forest area. You know what, we're just going to make I don't know, the little red brick area. Let's just do this, right? And we are going to be, let's do this. Oops. Okay. Or one of these will work actually. There you go. So I'm going to make just a little thing, a little doorway to go into that city map per se, right? So we're going to do the same thing as last time, quick event creation, door, pick whatever door that you want, and pick the spawn, or the teleportation, or where do you want the door to place the player in the map. In this case, I'll just have them spawn in the middle of the street, that's fine. So there's my door, right? Everything is almost exactly the same as the other RPG Maker tutorial. Like I said, we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. Now, instead of putting it all on one page, we're going to copy the event page on the top here, and then we're going to go to paste event page, and now we're going to have two of the same events, right? Two of the same exact pages. Now, the thing I want you to do now is I want you to delete everything in the contents, under contents, on the first page. Everything under contents on the first page. Just like that. And so now when you look at the, we'll look at the two, you'll notice the first one's empty, the second one still has all the other stuff that you want. Alright. Now the next thing that you want to do is you just want to add an event thingy. We're going to go to conditional branch and go to page 4 and then go to item and then just go to the item that activates the door. So in this sense, I made an item going through database in my last video, and I named the item key, and I selected a little key icon. And now we're in conditional branch, right? Now the next thing I want you to do is just add something inside the conditional branch. So once the key is in the inventory, it's going to do this. It's going to go to a control cell switch and make sure it's set to A and operation is set to on, right? Elsewise, when they don't have the key inside the inventory, it's going to say this store needs a key. Alright. Now the next thing that I want you to do is go to the second page, right? And I want you to add a set move route, this event, and just do turn down. And that's it for that. And then you're going to do this. You're going to go to the first page once again, and you're going to do control cell switch A, turn it off. And make sure to turn the cell switch A on the left. So that's realistically it. It should take about 5 seconds. Now the thing is, a lot of people will go through the process of remaking the whole door all over again. The thing is, when you have this door made, all you have to do is just copy Control C and then Control V anywhere, edit the event, and all you have to do to change the location of where you want the person to go is just edit the transfer player, and it will even highlight it and everything. So you don't have to do this every single time for your doors. So just Control, copy and paste and whatnot, and then just go and edit the transfer player thing. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to keep doing it 100 times a day. But let's test it out to see if it worked. Now this is kind of a quicker tutorial than the other one. But let's test it out before we get the key. So I'm just gonna go up to the door. It's gonna say this door needs a key, and I did the same thing for the other door. It says door is locked, basically the same thing. I'm gonna grab the key. Key was found, and when I go through the door, this is why I had you have the turn down command, because when you go through the door and you don't have that turn down command, what happens is the door will be permanently opened. It may not be it may be locked, but there will be a black background. The event won't show. So make sure you have the turn down and then set the event off after. And yeah, so there's that. And now we're going to test out mine. And it works. And I teleported right where I needed to be. So hopefully that does the trick for you. So once again, I'll just show you what it looks like. Conditional branch on the first page. And whatever the key that you have or the item that opens up the door, make sure that it's set to item and the item that you had it set to. And when it's in the inventory, have it set to Control Self Switch A equals on in the first bracket. Go to page 2, turn Self Switch A on. All this you keep the same. The set move route, the transfer player is probably going to be different for every time you have them go to a different place in the world. And then set move route, this event, turn down, right? And then turn Control Self Switch A off. I did the same thing for this one. It's super easy. It's not complicated. It's a little bit more work than the other door, because you do have to kind of fine tweak it a little bit more and make sure that everything is working properly. But the thing is, it's the same thing, and hopefully it works for you. Now, if you still can't figure it out, just pause the video back to the ones I showed you. If you're having trouble remembering how to set up and make a key, just go to database, F9, the thing that I did last time. Go to items, change the maximum number because it's going to be stuck at 16. Change the maximum number to whatever amount you want. I put it to 200 because I don't ever feel like I'm going to be using more than that. Just name the item, pick an icon, done. You can add whatever stuff you want for that key, but key does one thing specifically, and that's just open doors, so I don't want to add anything else for it. But that was just a really quick rundown on kind of how to fix the problem for you, and I hope that it does work for you, bud. So go Fraz, right? That is my solution to you, and if it doesn't work, I cannot think of another way that could help you out here in this scenario, and I'm sorry to say that. Kind of refer back and forth to the two videos until you kind of get it right, but just pause the video and kind of make sure that you have these two set correctly. Make sure you get that self switch and make sure it's on. Make sure you don't touch any of the options down here. Nothing else. It's basic, it's simple, it works, it's primitive. So yeah. Anyways, thanks a lot.